Good evening. It is Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. It is 5:30. My name is Brian Travis. I am here with colleagues Brian McGinnis and Sheila Vaccaro, and I am calling the Administration, Communication, and Technology Committee to order. The first order of business tonight we have one announcement, and that is that there's a public hearing for Ordinance Amendment Chapter 54, 72, 82. This is relative to license requirements for electrical, mechanical, and plumbing contractors. That is scheduled for June 18th, next week, 2025 at 6:30. Next item, comments, suggestions, petitions by residents in attendance regarding items not on the agenda. Are there any comments? Seeing none, we will move on to Section 2, reports. The CIO, the CISO monthly report. Bill.
Here's a warning. This is going to be a little longer than normal because I will go over the report, and then I just want to go over the Agenda Meeting Management Center. Some of the things we have done with that as we get closer to launching that. So I'll go through the monthly report pretty quickly.
Can you do it in 5 minutes?
Which one? Both combined or just
the report part?
Oh, the report will be done in about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Unless you have questions. Some of the things we did that weren't projects or were not help desk tickets were things like continuing to work on the cell 5 door in the police department, which is not working. We did the annual preventive maintenance on the building's UPS. That's an important piece of equipment. Testing a potential new security solution with the police department. The digital signs you see as you walk in, they were one that burned out and one was burning out, so we replaced them this past month. We also recorded the planning commission meetings as we continue testing that process. So those planning commission meetings are available up on the YouTube channel. We're getting closer to having a good, I think, policy because I don't want to have IT doing all of them. I want to have it like self-reliant. Some of the projects we're still working on installing 4 security access doors at the Chestnut Street garage, or having some connectivity issues as we work our way through that. We had a bunch of Civic Plus project meetings and design meetings about the website's meeting management center, and I'll show you that shortly. We're getting close to getting the parts in to start the upgrade process of the audio center in the council chambers. Still working with a small group of staff members on exploring Microsoft Copilot and AI integration. We have until October 25th to upgrade any machines that are not Windows 10 to Windows 11. On October 25th, this is the same for home, they are not providing any more security updates. And we do have a bunch of Windows 10 machines out there we have to upgrade. We're doing that one department at a time. Took a couple classes, a couple webinars. Nicole, a couple months ago, had asked about the stats on the YouTube and Facebook sites with the watching of our meetings. Much more popular than you probably would think. ACT is usually falling way behind. I don't know why that is. Some cybersecurity stuff real fast, 34 automated incidents. This is not just spam. This is actual phishing messages that are being automatically stopped by our solution. Incident response, I always say this is my favorite one. This is responses that staff is reporting to us as suspicious. So there's 48 of those last month. No account takeovers. Everyone did great. And second month in a row with phishing test that no one clicked on the message. I think they're either doing really good or I have to get a better job designing the templates. Probably a little bit of both. 71 help desk tickets. These are just the basic help desk tickets we get. And as I always say, that's only about 70% of what comes in. A lot of it is because they come to us and we help them, then it doesn't make it into the system. We had one unscheduled event. These are things that we had to provide service on that wasn't scheduled. The wastewater plant at Taylor Run had lost internet connectivity and network access on May 29th, of course, first thing in the morning, and ended up being a T-Mobile problem. So they were not down very long. And The budget is as expected. We're right in line. Any questions about the monthly report?
No, thank you.
You just want to get to the agenda, meeting management center, don't
No,
you?
you did it in 5 minutes. That was good.
You told me to. I actually have some notes here because I don't want to miss some things that we did here. The board portal, this is where you guys can live and staff can live in this to manage the meetings. And this is what it looks like. When you go in, you can search by meeting name, you can search a range. So I just have these next 2 weeks in here. You would go into like financial revenue. If you were doing this meeting, you had this up on your computer. Barb's doing a monthly report. You can hit these 3 little dots, and you can write notes about that as she's talking. You can, of course, open up the attachment right from here. You can see these are all attachments. You click on these and open the attachments from here. You can make notes. If you go to a meeting that is prior, like if you're looking at a meeting that's 2 months old, this is where you will see the minutes for that meeting as well. You don't have to go and search somewhere else for minutes. Anytime you make notes in any agenda, when you click here, it's going to sort all the notes you made, by the agenda you were in. So you would just go into, like I'll go into the ACT agenda. I made a note there. And you can see I do a really good job creating reports. I was hyping myself up there. But all your notes would be in this here, and a good way for you to reference them all and keep them all in one place. This media tab here is not going to be functional for a while. It's a technical reason. But this is where you could see staff and council living. Over here, I'm going to go over to this link. This is the one that I'm most excited about, really, because this is the one the public will be using. And you could use it as well. And these are all of our main agendas and attachments are in this new center today. So we've been doing both. So for example, you can look at, let's go to Public Works. You can click in here. And what you see is the agenda comes up. You can click here. That's the agenda packet. You click there. You're just going to see the entire packet made into one big PDF. And the reader can download this and share it with other people. You can go to any attachment directly from here. So I'll go to Sean's wastewater report. It's going to take you right to that. You can also look at it as a meeting overview, and you can kind of see it in a different way. This way. So there's multiple ways for people to see this. If they log in with a free account, they can share the meeting with other people and make notes and share content, collaborate. So another one thing here. So if you're over here, now I'm going through my notes. You can type in anything. If you're searching for cybersecurity, anytime that is discussed, probably too much. You can search. It's going to come up. It's going to tell you where that is. Where it's in the agenda packet. It's in my monthly report. You can see it keeps going. Well, it goes to 2022 here, but because I can go to filters and I can pick a beginning and end date. So it's going to be easy to find keywords and other information. The searching is really going to be easy.
Bill, can I ask you a question? So when we're logged in and we go back and look at last month's meeting and we, because I write notes all over these little paper sheets and I keep them all in this folder here. Do you imagine us not having paper and being up here with laptops? Because I think we might need to do a dry run.
My vision is that, and yes, and have a training, maybe 30 minutes before a committee meeting or something.
Okay.
I can really see you keeping all your notes there. And
because I can't see myself doing it in 2 places. And it would be helpful, I think, if we all interactively did a dry run as we're rolling this new system out.
My vision is that, this is a crazy vision, that you would all be up to with your laptop or your tablet, logged into this, making your notes on it during the meeting that you're involved in, or even if you're sitting in the audience. And then it's so easy to reference back to your notes because you just hit that notes button. It takes you to all the agendas you've written notes on. You click on that agenda, you see your notes.
It's just my notes, right? I can't see anybody else's unless we share a document.
Correct. These notes are not searchable by the public or even by your peers. They're
Okay.
your notes, but you can share them if you want to.
Right. Okay, thank you.
So just to give you an idea, so the timeline was between February and April, we worked with Civic Plus building and designing this. And then in May and June, the IT department's been doing it in addition to the regular way. So the agenda's being done, and then we're doing this on top of that. And my goal is in July and August to be working with key staff members, training them and having them come on board. And then by September, go live with it. But since April, you can just use this if you wanted to. My goal is come October, this is all we're using. It's on the website for people to use. And then next year, we can start moving boards and commissions over. That will be a slightly more challenging, but I would like to see them all on board by halfway through next year, if at all possible. And all agendas from 2020 through are in this system now. So you can see any agenda from 2020 onward already into this new center. We actually imported all of them in yesterday, and they're all there. The attachments aren't there, but all of the agendas are there.
Will you be including those attachments as well? Because that would be the next step. We would be looking, if we're looking at old agendas, we would be wanting to see what the exhibits were if we're actually looking at old agendas. So I didn't know if you're planning to do that also.
You're asking a lot of questions. I didn't want you to mean all.
I think it's
Yes.
a good leap forward. So yeah.
Yes, Brian. So my goal is, and I'm doing this, this is not part of the project, but I'm going to do it, is all the attachments, it has to be done this way. All the attachments for each of the meetings will be made into a packet, one PDF, kind of like you see when you see this right here. I'm going to show you this. I'm going to the ACT meeting, and you see this agenda packet? They will be like this. But they will not be going down this list with individual. That would just be too many hours of labor to do that. But certainly you would see agenda. Right now you see the agenda on everything going back to 2020. What I hope eventually is you would see the agenda packet, because all we got to do there, it takes time, is grabbing all the documents and making one PDF document, uploading it as that month's agenda packet. By the time we go live, all of 2025, all of this year will be like that. And then we just start moving backwards as we have time to do that. But that's a good question. That is on my mind, because the idea is to get all these documents out of the core website. That will make searching for users a lot better, because when they want to search something from an agenda or a meeting, they would go to the Agenda Meeting Management Center and work in there. And then on the website, the only thing there is documents that are like pertaining to what we do, but not meetings. So that is the long goal. And the goal is also to have boards and commissions on this. That's going to be a big task. That's a good question. We want to get as many of the attachments over to this. It at least has an agenda packet, so you can see them in that meeting, including putting the minutes in there. I'll show you one more thing. So I'm going to go to last month's ACT meeting. There you go. I'm almost done. Oh, this also looks pretty good on your mobile device too. Okay, here's the May ACT meeting. So you're going back, you're looking at that meeting, and you're going to notice now I had uploaded the minutes for the meeting. You did not approve them yet. I was doing this for testing, but you would see the agenda packet and minutes. If I go to minutes, it's right there. You don't have to go looking wherever the minutes are. You don't have to go looking somewhere else for the attachments. Older meetings will have a packet only, but they're all going to be there. They just won't be like this. And all this is searchable. You can search any word in the agenda or an attachment. It's going to come up with you when you're doing your research.
You guys have any questions?
No.
Any questions from the public?
Lisa Kearns, West Biddle Street. You talked about the boards and commissions, so they're middle of next year.
Yes, the project only called for, working with Civic Plus, called for the council meetings.
Right.
But I knew I wanted to do all boards and commissions, and I knew through the project we would be trained and know how to do it ourselves. And because it's boards and commissions, you have a lot of volunteers. You don't have staff on all those boards and commissions. I really have to get it through my noggin how I'm going to best work with each of the boards and commissions. I guess the first one would probably be the planning commission. I'm already working that one out. And then things like recreation will be easier because I can work with Keith. That's one, so yes, they're going to be coming alive at some point.
And in the meantime, we'll have to go to two different places. We'll go to this current site or the old site and then the new site.
Correct. So the meeting button you see today will land you on another page, which will land you for Borough Council, which will take you here.
Gotcha.
And then you're still going to have that table like we have now for the boards and commissions. And as they get moved, they'll just move into the agenda meeting management center.
Perfect.
I hope to have planning commission done before the end of the year. I think, no problem.
Thank you, Bill. All right, moving on. So next item is old business. So 3A, approve the May 2025 minutes. Any issues with the minutes? Patrick's not here. Okay, so 3-0. And then the next item here is a motion to schedule a public hearing for July 16th, 2025 at 6:30. This is to approve the 5-year business plan with the Westchester Business Improvement District.
I have no objection.
Any objections? Any public comment? All right, 3-0. Next item, new business. Do you have any new business? Any items? Sean, Mr. Metric.
Thank you. I just wanted to report to the committee briefly about how our new interim HR support is going. Ellen Leiby from Keystone Partners started with us last Tuesday. She's with us. Her normal schedule is going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, 6 hours a day. And I've asked her to provide a weekly report to me with a targeted draft outline of her assessment for what we need HR-wise organizationally going forward about halfway through our engagement. It's been a real pleasure having her in the office. I think many would agree. She has taken a lot of the weight off my shoulders, handling a short-term disability application, 3 workers' comp issues, 4 workers' comp issues, actually, and created some standardized processes for us to follow for bringing on new employees, and has engaged in a lot of some higher level HR functions too. When we needed advice and we wanted to run things by her because we're in the middle of a very important hiring process right now, she was able to give counsel to me and Ramsey and Nick about kinds of questions you can ask and issues you should be looking for when you're looking at candidates. So Ellen comes to us with a breadth of experience, and we got off to a great start last week, and I just wanted to share that briefly. And next month I'll have more to say because she will have been with us by that point 5 weeks. And lastly, the hiring process for the Director of Building and Housing position is going pretty well. Without saying too much in a public meeting, we're getting close to zeroing in on the next director. We've met some exciting candidates, and we're inviting some of them back to talk to us again this week. So we might have something more to report by next month. Clearly, if we make a decision or offer between now and the next month's meeting, I'll let everybody on council know with an email where we stand. But just wanted to relay we're making progress on that. So thanks, Ramsey, for your support.
Thanks for the update. Any questions?
No.
Appreciate it. Okay, any other new business? All right, seeing none, we are adjourned at 5:49.